So, here we are then, a new Ghostbusters film. Woo and indeed lad. This video is late as fuck. I really need to get quicker at putting these things together. So I'm not gonna bother doing that thing where I pretend I haven't seen the trailer. Of course I've seen the cunt. It's fucking shit. You knew that. You didn't come to this video expecting to hear me defend it. So this colossal fuck-up seems to be mostly the fault of punchable-faced Paul Feig, and it stars a less talented, more cringeworthy Chris Farley impersonator.
Ow, that's gonna leave a mark!
Someone who everyone keeps assuring me is funny, not Britta from Community. Seriously, that's not Britta from Community. And, of course, the water-bloated corpse of Biggie Smalls that fortuitously washed up on the shores of Bedford-Stuyvesant 20 years after his burial at sea, only to be scooped up, stuffed into a Ghostbusters cosplay outfit and operated by Jim Henson's most racially insensitive puppeteers. So it's time to down a bottle of gin, sharpen our knitting needles, turn on the vaginal vacuum cleaner and get this abortion underway. Look, I know people will think this is nitpicking, and in all honesty I quite like this piano arrangement, but Jurassic World and The Force Awakens already pulled the same trick within the last year. This just seems lazy. It's not terrible, but it makes me feel like whoever made this music choice didn't have any passion for their work. Still, at least they didn't do some horrendous Bro Step Cheese remix, no solid chunk of reeking camembert with a Skrillex haircut, so I'll give them that. Let's just hope there's no nasty surprises in store for later on in the trailer. Okay, first off, there were 3 scientists and an everyman stand-in for the audience. I'm guessing they knew that, but they wanted to mention scientists for some reason, probably because it ticks a feminist box somewhere. But it also creates confusion, so are we in the same timeline as the real Ghostbusters films, or is this a different cinematic universe? I think what they're going for is a mixture of sequel and reboot. It's like a sequel to a film that never got made. In this movie's cinematic universe, there was a team of Ghostbusters 30 years ago, except it wasn't the perfectly cast gang of lovable goofs and rogues we all grew to love, it was just some other cunts.
It's a class 4 apparition. That's okay, she seems peaceful. My name is Erin Gilbert, Doctor of Particle Physics at...
Wonderful. A vomit joke. Aim high, Paul Feig. Aim high.
That stuff went everywhere, by the way, in every crack. Very hard to wash off.
She has a vagina, everyone. Did you hear me? I said vagina. Women could say vagina now and refer to their vaginas. It's fucking hilarious, you guys. It's so empowering. Vaginas. Yeah, take that, patriarchy.
We have dedicated our whole lives to studying the paranormal. Now there's sightings all over the city.
Fucking hell. Ving Rhames has let himself go, hasn't he? Get back down the fucking gym, Marcellus Wallace, and sort yourself out.
There are people out there that need our help. Holtzman, you're a brilliant engineer. Erin, no one's better at quantum physics than you.
I really hope this was dialogue specially crafted for the trailer. Otherwise, it seems like they're committing the cardinal cinematic sin of telling rather than showing. If you want the audience to believe a character is, like, proper sick at science and that, then fucking show us. Show that character sciencing the shit out of something. Don't just declare them to be brilliant. You might as well just have a character say, oh, she's the funny one, and not bother to include any jokes. Oh, fuck. They might have actually done this.
I'm joining the club. You guys are really smart about this science stuff, but I know New York.
She don't know none of y'all science and shit. She just a tough, sassy, streetwise, strong, independent black woman who don't need no believable characterization. How the fuck did we end up with a film in 2016 that deals in worse stereotypes than the original film from the 1980s? I'm not on board with the whole racist backlash here. I don't think this character is going to have a deleterious effect on black people across the world. I don't think this is going to suddenly convince other scientists to discriminate against black women. But it does deserve to be called out as shitty writing. It's a full-on fucking cliche, and for a film that has, since its announcement, hewed very closely to SJW ideology, it's hard to believe that this didn't come up during the scripting stage. I think the problem is the casting. As from what I've seen, the live-action version of Disney's Pumbaa over here is a pretty fucking one-note performer. I don't think she has much range. I don't think she has it in her to be any other character.
And I can borrow a car from my uncle.
You didn't disclose that the vehicle was going to be a hearse.
It's a Cadillac!
Oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, they could have gone with a different car. This is so disappointing. It looks exactly like the original. I mean, where's the fucking creativity? This should have been a huge part of the production for someone involved. Someone should have fucking cared about this. The screenwriter, the director, the actors, the fucking prop guy. There should have been people fighting over the chance to design the new Ecto-1. And there's so much they could have done with it. I mean, we're living in a world now with eco-friendly hybrid cars, military-issue armoured personnel carriers, dinky little fucking smart cars. I mean, motoring has changed a lot in the past 30 years. Just look at how much the Batmobile has changed, how much it's evolved in that time. Which is why no one doubts Tim Burton or Christopher Nolan's passion for their source material. And why a lot of people on the internet felt turned off by this fucking trailer that's just lacking in passion from start to fucking finish.
Someone is creating a device that amplifies paranormal activity. And we might be the only ones who can stop it. Holtzman, come on!
The hat is too much, right? Is it the wig or the hat?
And that's a fucking Scooby-Doo joke. That joke right there is directly lifted from dozens of Scooby-Doo episodes. Fucking lazy.
There's a bigger picture at hand here.
And I think they missed the mark with these new proton packs. I mean, the originals looked like they were rough science experiments, prototypes cobbled together with spare parts and a shoestring budget. And, you know, Melissa McCarthy punch shooting like Antonio Banderas in Desperado. For me that just doesn't work in a Ghostbusters film. They aren't supposed to be agile superheroes with slick moves. They're workmen plying a trade. And licking the fucking gun. I mean, who was that for? Where is there an audience for that embarrassing shit? Who fucking wants that?
These ghosts can possess the human form.
Oh, hell no, the devil is a liar! Get out of my friend, ghost!
Ow, that's gonna leave a mark.
The power of pain compels you!
Ow!
A fucking Exorcist parody? Jesus, fuck sticks. What did you think? Was the Bullet Time Matrix parody too broad for you? We're also going to get a "Look, I am your mother" reference as well. Hacky, cliched, lazy, fucking lazy bollocks. I mean, this is really the scene that sinks the entire trailer. This one scene supplies the context that's leading people to think this film is going to be a steaming pile of wank turd. I mean, what the fuck happened? Did the Wayans brothers sneak into the studio in the dead of night and write this scene in? Movie parodies do not belong in a Ghostbusters film, which is why this doesn't look like a Ghostbusters film. It looks like an Adam Sandler direct-to-Netflix cinematic equivalent of a shitpost. It might as well have been called Not Another Ghostbusters Film. Fucking Tyler Perry's Medea kills a beloved franchise stone dead. And she actually says, "Oh, hell no." Fucking hell.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
This is Walking Dead Season 2 levels of screenwriting we're dealing with here. From this trailer, Leslie Jones's character is coming off as such a stereotype, you'd be forgiven for thinking that one of Martin Lawrence's spare fat suits from Big Mama's House 2 had somehow achieved sentience and managed to land itself a role in a summer blockbuster. The media reaction to the public's reaction to the trailer was so predictable that it actually appears in the Mayan calendar. Anyone who dislikes the trailer only does so because they're a misogynist. You didn't laugh at the jokes? That's because you hate women. You thought the special effects were shit? You sexist cunt. I'm translating directly from the original Mayan here. It's all in there. Utterly uncanny. Personally, I don't have any problem with an all-female Ghostbusters. Some people do, but I'm not one of them. What I have a problem with is the fact that it had to be all women, making it just a cheap marketing gimmick designed to pander to this phantom segment of the female population who have spent the past 30 years heartbroken over the fact that Dan Aykroyd has a penis. It wasn't like they were casting around for the new Ghostbusters film and, shit, what do you know, the best candidates all happen to be women. For your reference, they would have been Tina Fey, Aisha Tyler, Aubrey Plaza and Kathy Burke. All solid comedy actors who would be able to follow a script and become actual characters with something to them, rather than just improv extensions of the actor's comedic persona. Now all we're left with is fat and clumsy and black person who can't seem to stop remembering that time she saw a street magician. The other problem with choosing women as your gimmick, besides being condescending as all fuck, is that it limits the scope of the film. Imagine if they'd gone a different route. Imagine if instead of choosing to make gender their Twitter-friendly gimmick, they decided to not go with a gimmick at all, and maybe start with a director or screenwriter, someone with a vision for what it could be. Let's take for example James Gunn. The Guardians of the Galaxy was far closer to Ghostbusters in tone than this reboot. Well, what about Edgar Wright? He's more than capable of writing grounded characters in absurd situations, as opposed to absurd characters in equally absurd situations. He might have gone a totally different direction with it. He could have set it in London with area-appropriate apparitions. There's plenty of history to draw from here. Roman legions, Vikings, Jack the Ripper. We could have had Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Richard Ayoade, Jessica Hines and Martin Freeman in the main roles. Who wouldn't want to see that? Also, the Adele theme song would be fucking sick, as would her cameo as body-positive female Slimer. Well, they didn't fuck up the logo. That's one thing, I suppose.